Hey, everybody. Okay, friends, we have a bunch of projects tonight because I don't know about you, but I'm ready for spring. And they said that there's going to be snow tonight in my area. So I'm thinking spring. So I have 7 projects for you that all make me think of spring. They're super easy. They're decor. There's a couple bunny ones because we love bunnies around here. And I don't know about you, but nothing says spring like bunnies. So I have many. And there's even a bonus project in there because I kind of messed up on one of them. So you got to stay to the end for that bonus project and see how I kind of made myself feel better about the failure project, whatever. Anyways, and hey, hi, I'm Colette with Blessings Craft Therapy, if you didn't know, and if you did, thanks so much for coming back. All right, I think that's it for right now. Let's get to those projects. So I have this little candy container. I had gotten it from Dollar Tree that's plastic. I have some bunny ears. I also am using some hot glue, and I'm using some hearts I had gotten from Valentine's Day, and some of this fuzzy yarn. It's just what I had in my stash, and a pom-pom maker from Dollar Tree. So we're going to start with the lid. I'm going to add some hot glue just to go around just a little bit on the top of the lid. And you'll see why in a minute, why I'm not going the entirety. So see how I did maybe a half of it, if not maybe a quarter. And then I'm going to stretch out those ears and I'm going to wrap it around the lid. Oddly enough, the ears actually fit around this lid. I was so excited. So, and then I'm just going to add more glue, and then I'm going to push down the ears onto that. Now, I'm going to tell you right now from experience, hold it. Hold it until your hot glue sets, or else it's going to pop off and you're going to get irritated and it's not going to be fun. So just hold it. Just take a moment, pray, meditate, whatever you do, and just wait for the glue to set. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now it does make the lid a little heavy. So you'll see here when I put it back on the thing, you'll see it kind of pops out a little bit. Watch how it kind of pops out. So anyways, let me show you the rest of this. So we're going to add a little dot of glue onto the little handle, and we're going to add our little heart and make a cute little bunny nose. Quit it, right? So adorable. Then after that, we're going to add a little bow. It's just a bow. It was just to stabilize the lid so it didn't kind of shift off, if that makes any sense. Look at how cute. Adorable. If I had different ribbon, I would have used it, but I was just using what was in my stash. Now I'm going to make a pom-pom. Listen, you make your pom-poms any way you want to. You can even buy a pom-pom. I am going to use this Dollar Tree pom-pom maker because this is how I can make pom-poms and it works for me. People keep telling me, oh, just use the cardboard, and I can't figure that out, friends. This easy. I just wrap it around that little half circle until the little half moon part is gone. Then I fold it in and I do the same thing on the other side. But again, however you want to make your pom-poms, and again, you could use even felt balls if you wanted. You just need a little puff for the back for the bunny tail. However you need to make it work. But you'll see here, if you have one of these, the instructions are awful. So I'll just show you how I do it. And again, I just wrap until the yarn goes all the way so that there's no more of a divot in between those two blue parts, right? So wrap, then you're going to fold it back in, and then you're going to cut off the excess. So you're going to cut your yarn from the yarn ball. Man, words are so hard. I'm also going to cut another longer piece just for the handle. And then we're going to go in the well and just cut the yarn from that well part. Just go all the way around. I wasn't sure this was going to work with this yarn because it's fuzzy yarn and I wasn't sure. But it did. Very happy. But anyways, you do that all the way around. Then you're going to take that piece that you cut earlier for a tail and you're going to put it in the well, tie a knot, and then we're going to just peel open each side. And then the key is, which the directions don't tell you, you have to pull apart the pom-pom maker. I thought I was breaking it. I'm not, and you won't be either. You have to pull it all apart. It was so frustrating though, but I finally figured it out. Is it rocket science? No, but there you go. So see how you have to pull it apart, and there it is. I didn't even trim this up trim this up much, with the exception of I just cut off that tail part that we had originally done to tie in the center. So that's that. I put a little hot glue on the back and I popped it on right on the seam. And I didn't even pop it on to where it's flat on the bottom. I just did it. See how it's a little bit above? Look how cute it is. Quit it right now. Look at it. And we're gonna let her do her little spin around so you can see it from all angles. Look how cute that is. I can't. Like, quit it, right? Stop. I think it's adorable. And here it is with some candy in it. You could put anything in it though. All right, so I have this cutting board from Dollar Tree. It says cutting board. Cut on it if you want. I don't know. I also have dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Yes, it has to be dishwasher safe. And I have these gorgeous napkins that I had gotten from TJ Maxx. So I start by taking the little feet part off of the bottom of that cutting board. They are just on there with adhesive. They pop off. Save them. We're going to put them back on later. Then I rub the back with some rubbing alcohol to get any of the sticky adhesive off and any dirt or whatever. Now, again, these napkins, I paid the price. They were $5, but you want to have, and look at the pattern goes fully. I love that. So 1-ply it. And you'll see on these, it says 3-ply. So we're going to get it down to 1-ply. And how I do it is I take some masking tape, little piece of each, and I just use them. I stick them together on the napkin and pull them apart. And that's how I get it to 1-ply. I know everybody else has got some really cool ways to do it. That's just how I do it. Then I take my dishwasher safe Mod Podge and I cover the back of our cutting board. Again, I keep calling it a cutting board. Don't use it as a cutting board if you don't want to, but it says it on the wrapper. Just saying. Sometimes people get so mad. Use it however you'd like. But again, cover the back nice and smooth with dishwasher safe Mod Podge. And then I don't know that this makes that big of a difference, but I let it dry. I'm using my heat gun to dry it. I don't think it makes much difference in the way of having it not have wrinkles. But I tried it this way just to see. Now I take my napkin, you want to put it pretty side down, and then you're going to just center it however you want the design to be on it. Smooth it out. Then I'm using just a protectant on my napkin. This is a silicone pad, but you could use parchment paper, whatever. And then I iron it. Once it's ironed, I then sand off the excess. And I got my little sander from Walmart. Then I'm going to put another layer of dishwasher safe Mod Podge. This is where I was like, it winds up wrinkling up a little bit when you put the next layer of dishwasher safe Mod Podge. So I don't know how much it prevented any wrinkling, but either way, however you want to make it work is fine. Again, I just nice thin layer, and you want to be somewhat gentle with putting it on because you don't want to tear your napkin. A dauber would be even better, and I'll show you another project where I use a dauber and it works out much better. But anyways, again, you want to cover the entirety of your napkin on the back of that. You're going to let it dry. Once it's dry, you're going to put another layer of dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Same song, second verse, right? Let that dry. Once that's dried, here it is. We're going to put the feet back on and it'll be done. Like, that was so easy, right? So cool. Now listen, I'm going to tell you right now, dishwasher safe Mod Podge, I could wash this, hand wash it once it's fully dry, like a day. I could hand wash it. If you want to put this in the dishwasher, you have to wait 21, 28 days for it to cure. So just keep that in mind, okay? But look at this. Are you kidding? And if you're using it for decor, it doesn't matter. Look at how pretty. Are you kidding me? I love it. Oh, so pretty. I am there for it. Okay, so we start with these Dollar Tree bowls. They come 4 to a pack. I also have some white chalk paint. I also am using, this is the color Sage chalk paint. I'm also using yellow and pink. The key to this, if you want to wash them, is to use dishwasher safe Mod Podge. You can get it at Dollar Tree, Michael's, Walmart, anywhere. So I'm starting on the back of the bowls. I'm using a dauber and I'm using my chalk paint and I'm dabbing on the chalk paint all on the back. The inside is going to be free from paint. So just do the entirety of the back. It's going to be awesome. I do these every year, every season. I love them. My children love them. They can't wait until I do the next season. So this is spring. I'm thinking spring here. So here we go. So, and you'll see me, I'll kind of tip it over and look and make sure that I didn't have any parts that I missed. And here's the pink one. And then I also did a yellow one. You're going to let them dry fully. Here they are dried. And then we're going to add our white chalk paint on top of that. Now, let me just tell you this. I'm using a brush to show you, but I'm telling you right now, use a dauber. It will save so much time. It saves so much effort. The dauber just gets into the nooks and crannies of the back of this little plastic bowl. So much easier. But I just wanted to show you with the paintbrush, the difference. It's different. It is. Now, you are going to go through more paint using the dauber for sure, but it saves me some time, so I'm okay with it. So I did those. I did the yellow, I did the pink, and now I'll do the green. Again, I keep tipping it back and forth just to make sure that I didn't miss any green on that side so that the white isn't completely showing through in any like areas, which I did fine. Here we go. You're going to let that dry fully. Once those are fully dry, and here we are, it doesn't take very long. Then I'm using my dauber again, just to show you again, it's easier. I'm using my dauber again, and I'm adding dishwasher safe Mod Podge onto the back. When I say dishwasher safe Mod Podge, understand that these bowls will be hand washable once it's dry. If you want to put it in the dishwasher, you have to wait 21 days. But look at, these are dry, and quit it right now. Oh, look at how pretty they are. Does that not scream spring to you? I love it. Super pretty. Side note, you wouldn't put these plastic bowls in the dishwasher anyway. So I don't know why we're having that discussion, but I digress. All right, so I got these napkins at Dollar Tree. Are they gorgeous? I'm also using a candle holder, Dollar Tree as well, a dauber, and dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Now, I start with getting my napkin prepped. I'm going to get it down to 1 ply. The Dollar Tree napkins typically are fairly easy to get down to 1 ply. They're usually only 2 ply. And then I just, 1 ply it, then I'm going to cut it down so that it matches the size of our candle holder. Now listen, you may not have to use the dishwasher safe. I'm using dishwasher safe only because I want the ability to use it as like a candy dish or for snacks or for flowers or whatever. But if you don't want to have that ability and you just want this on there, then a regular Mod Podge would be fine. You'll see here I use the little candle dish just to kind of size up where I need to cut, and then I cut off the excess. Then I'm using a dauber, and I know it sounds crazy, but I use the dauber because it gives a really nice texture later. And if you're not into texture, then just use a brush. But I'm using my dishwasher safe Mod Podge on my dauber, and I dab on to one side. If you are the type of person that can do the decoupaging by doing the entirety of your surface first with the Mod Podge, great. I can't. I make a mess of it. So I only do a little bit at a time. So here we have that. I made sure to, smooth it out gently. Then I'm going to do another side, and I did have to cut the napkin as I went, and that was just because this isn't a perfect square. There's a little bit of an elevation to it or an angle to it. So you'll see here, like I'll put it on, the first 2 sides went beautifully, get out the bubbles. I'm not worried about it being perfect, but I do want it to be on there. But you'll see here that angle kind of messes with it. So I put a cut up the bottom about 1 inch, and I did about the same at the top. And so that just allows it to we can twist it a little bit so that we can put the napkin on and it'll stay with the pattern, if that makes any sense. Again, I have a thing for daubers and I have a thing for this technique, but if it doesn't work for you, then use, regular stuff. You don't have to do it this way. So, and you'll see here, yet again, I'm getting it stuck to everything. It's fine. There was a moment where I was like, what have I done? I'm questioning all my decisions in life here because I was like, this is going to end poorly, but it didn't. I stuck with it. It was fine. But there was a moment. I did have a moment. I got to be honest. But again, we're just getting all of the bubbles out. I'm not worried about it being perfect. I just want to make sure that it's on there so that we can do the next step. I did cut the excess of that off because I didn't cut it perfectly. So there we have that. Then I'm going to use the Dauber again, dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and this isn't dry yet. So I'm just going around. The other nice thing that the dishwasher safe Mod Podge, the Dauber does, is that now I'm not pulling the napkin with a brush, so it keeps the integrity of the napkin much better. So there it is. I got it all on there. I let it dry. Look at how pretty, right? I used my sanding block to sand off the excess, and I got my sanding block at Walmart. Everybody always asks. So there's that. I did another layer just because I really liked the super cloudy look that it gives. But if you like it after that first time, then leave it. But look at how pretty it is. Look at there's a candle in it. I love it. Oh, I'm there for it. Okay, so we're going to start with this little planter from Dollar Tree, this little bunny, and I have an old thing of floral foam, some stones, some ribbon, and I also have this reindeer moss. It's crazy pants stuff, but it's going to work. So I put my bunny together, and then I use some duct tape just to keep it so that it doesn't come apart, and I'm just doing the seams. I did that just randomly, bottom, sides, whatever. Now here's that reindeer moss. It feels wild. I don't know if that's the right stuff to use, but it looks good in the end, so I went with it. I added some hot glue to one of the ears, and then I just started gluing this stuff on. Now I'm going to encourage you, use a finger protector when you do this because hot glue's hot. And it's sticky and all of the things. So all I'm doing is just gluing this stuff on. And yes, friends, I questioned all my life choices when I started doing this. This project has been living rent-free in my head for I can't tell you how long. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. So is there an easier way to do all of this? Probably. But this is the way I did it. I did it with hot glue. Maybe you could use like a spray adhesive. I don't know. But it worked. It was fine. And it really didn't take that long. I did use 6 of the packages just to do the bunny. I was a little heavy-handed with it, so maybe, you could get away with doing less, but that's what I did. And again, I did the entirety of this bunny with this reindeer moss. And I got to be honest, I'm not mad. I'm not mad how it came out. I can't wait for you to see it. So anyways, you do the whole thing and then you go over, and if you see any, if you can see any of the bunny color from underneath, then you just put a little glue, and then I just put more of the moss on it. Spread it out, kind of press it in with your finger that's protected, and it's fine. Ta-da! Now, the planter, it was a little light and I didn't want it to topple, so I added some of the stones. I also had this old piece of floral foam. It's old. I used it for pens a while ago, so I just figured I'd cut it up. Nothing's getting stuck in this really. The bunny is just going to sit on it. I just needed something to elevate it, so that's what I did with this. The other thing I did at the end, I decided I had gotten this garland from Michael's in one of those mystery boxes, and so I cut a part off of it and just wrapped it around the inside. I did add more of that reindeer moss on the top just so that it looked nice. I added our little bunny, and look at, oh, it's so cute. I love it. Now, I did add a little bow to him, but that was about it. Look at how cute this is. Stop. I am so happy. I'm so happy I got it out of my brain and onto a project. Yay! All right, so we start with these cute little bunny cutouts, adorable, from Dollar Tree. I also have, this is from Michael's. I pulled all of the flowers and stems, the flowers and the leaves off of that and left the stem. I also have this vase from Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do is start by taking all of the plastic parts off of the leaves on the stuff that we pulled off the stems. I just want all of the plastic part off. And then we are going to kind of measure up. So I hold my little flower on there and I just figure out how far up I want to put the bunny. And now I'm just putting some painter's tape around the bottom just so I have a line to keep where I want the bunnies to go. Then I add a line of hot glue and I add my bunnies all around the vase. and you're going to do this all the way around. Now you could be fussy about it and measure it out. I never do. And well, of course, I always wind up having too much space or not enough space at the end. So you might measure it out. I don't know. I like to fly by the seat of my crafted pants, but there it is. Awesome. Then we're going to remove our painter's tape carefully so we don't dislodge our bunnies. And then we're going to go and add a little bit of glue, and then we're going to add our leaves. And again, you could do this any way you wanted. I mean, this doesn't have to be fussy. To me, it was kind of like, it looked nice with a little bit more, less perfection. Does that make sense? So I just did the leaves all the way around. I had a couple that were left over from another project. So there was just a couple leaves there that I kind of glued on there, and there it is. Adorable. Now for the flowers, I cut off the bottom plastic part so it's a little flatter, added some glue, and now we're going to start putting our flowers all the way around. I invite you, when you do the glue, hold the flower so that the glue can actually set. If you don't, it's going to kind of shift, and you don't want that. You can put the flowers on again, just like the bunnies. You could be perfectionist about it, which is awesome. I'm an ADHD crafter, so I'm like, just get it on there. But you go that all the way around, and look at, are you kidding me? That to me is spring in like vase form, right? Look at how cute it is. I love it. And then I decided, hey, let's get one of our Dollar Tree LED candles and pop one of those in. It looks so good. I mean, I suppose you could put fairy lights in it. I suppose you could even put, like sand or whatever in it if you wanted, but look at how pretty this is. Are you kidding me? I mean, stop, right? They're forecasting snow, by the way, in my area, so we're all going to think spring now, okay? But look at how pretty in the dark. It looks so nice. Okay, friends, this next project, my original plan was to do a Mod Podge this napkin onto this vase. So let me show you what I did, and I'll show you how I pivoted. I got these napkins at TJ Maxx in Holy Toledo. Yes, I paid the price. They were $5, but they're so pretty. They're 3-ply. I also have this vase from Dollar Tree. I have some dishwasher safe Mod Podge from Dollar Tree as well. Now you want to get your napkin down to 1-ply, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm just unplying all of the plies, and it's probably the hardest part of the whole project. I typically use some, and you'll see me in other projects during the series, using 2 pieces of masking tape. That's the easiest way I found to get the plies apart. Then I cut it in half because I only want that one right side up design. Ta-da! Perfect. Then we're going to take our vase, and I'm just I'm wiping it with rubbing alcohol just to make sure there's no dirt or anything. And then I'm going to brush on a little bit of dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Then I will apply that 1-ply napkin that we did. I want it to be nice and straight. I don't put the Mod Podge on the entirety of the vessel, only because I always make a mess. It always sticks to itself and wrinkles, so I just do a little bit at a time. But if you do the whole thing and it works for you, cool. You'll see here, though, it didn't quite work for me either. So I did the whole thing, trimmed off the excess, then I did another layer of dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Let it dry. I was so disappointed. You're going to let it dry, but this is now it looks, but look you see how I have some pieces that ripped, and I was so mad. I did continue on, so I removed the excess with a sanding block on the bottom, and there it is. Now again, I'm not such a fan, but then I thought, well, can we salvage it? Will it look different if we put a candle in it? A little bit, but I'm still not super happy. I don't know. It's just one of those projects. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to let this go by. I have to do something that makes me happy. I have to have a project that makes me super happy. So I took another napkin, and that pillar candle, I decided to use that. So we get our napkin down to 1-ply. Here it is. And I trimmed it down so that it is the width and the width of the candle. And also when you wrap it, there isn't a lot of excess. Does that make sense? So all I'm doing here is I'm just wrapping it around nice and tight around our candle. Then I'm going to wrap, I know this is going to sound counterintuitive, but I'm using wax paper. I would normally use parchment paper, but I didn't have any. we're going to pivot. It's fine. So then I take my little handy dandy iron. I got this at Walmart, and I'm just going to iron it. Now, yes, it's going to make your iron a little bit dirty. It's okay. It's just going to be wax, and I'll show you how I clean it. But I just go all the way around the candle and iron it. Then you'll see here, I just have a cloth. A yucky cloth, of course, but I just wipe it, and look, it came off. It's fine. I did that while it's still hot, though, right? Now I'm going to remove the wax paper, and look at how pretty. I sanded off the excess on the bottom, and look at how pretty. Now you could just iron the bottom if you wanted, but I decided no. I did wrap it one more time in wax paper, iron it, and then rolled it just so we didn't have any like wrinkled spots or whatever. And look at how pretty. I feel like I was like, oh, that's better. That's what I was looking for. Now, don't get me wrong. I still think boo hiss on that one, but let me just show you. Look at how pretty this is though. So this candle, awesome. I don't know if you can, listen, I don't know. Some people get really worked up about burning these candles. I don't burn candles. So is it safe? Listen, candles in and of themselves are not safe to just leave burning, right? So just be mindful if you are going to burn the candle. Secondly, I just want to show you, if you put a candle like an LED candle or fairy lights in that first vase, it's kind of pretty. So all is not lost. So you got a bonus project. Yay! All right, friends. Thanks so much for watching. And I hope this inspires you.